You know, as somebody who just absolutely loves teaching the Bible, I mean, I probably got 1,000 favorite verses. My own congregation kind of laughs at me sometimes because they'll say, this is the most important verse, or this is an amazing verse. But really, every single verse in the Bible is amazing and special from Genesis to chapter through the book of Revelation, or it wouldn't be there. Now, one of the questions that I'll hear people sometimes say is, okay, I realize there's a lot of important scriptures and things, but is there one book of the Bible that you would say is the most important book of the Bible? And I think the answer is that yes. I think if you take a look at the 39 books of the Old Testament, the 26 books of the New Testament, 27 books of the New Testament, all 66 books, I think the book of Genesis, I would say, is the most important book of the Bible. And the reason is because the book of Genesis has what happened, what went wrong, and how God was going to fix it right there. You know, if we go into the Gospels and we go into the death of the Lord Jesus Christ, which is at the center of everything God is doing, we still don't have some of the questions and some of the issues answered in the Gospels that are answered in the book of Genesis. So I think if we're really going to get one, if I can take one book of the Bible, I think I would give the book of Genesis, because it explains wonderfully in Genesis chapter 1 and 2, the whole story of creation, the whole wonder of what God has done. It explains the fall in Genesis chapter 3, what went wrong, how did we get into this terrible place. It talks about God's judgments against sin, and we see in the story of Noah. But it also then begins to focus on the covenant of God's redeeming love through Abraham and through his covenant with him in Genesis chapter 15, which is a wonderful picture of the Gospels, of the death of the Lord Jesus Christ, is that animals are slain to make a covenant with Abraham, to give Abraham and his descendants all of the promises and blessings of God. So again, if you go into the book of Genesis, everything in the Gospels, you're going to find it in the book of Genesis. Everything about the Lord Jesus Christ is in the book of Genesis. It may not be quite as clear, it may not be quite as focused, but it's all there. And so again, if we want to really look at the heart of the Bible and the heart of God, go back to that book of Genesis. It's all there. And that would be my choice as the most important book in the Bible.